Hello everyone, and welcome back to Papa's Posse for another reading from Papa's comic books, coffee, and more. Okay, let's see who we have on the docket today. Will you look at that? Betty and Me, number 79 from 1976. This book was 30 cents back then. All right, there's basically Lil Jinx is in this book, and then there's one story, Betty Cooper, but it's part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. All righty, now don't forget, as always, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Also, if you hit that subscribe button down below, I would really appreciate that. Helps out the channel, keeps me going, as well as a like would be nice. Leave me a comment if you don't mind. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me to go to hell. Whatever you want. All right. Let's get on with it. What is that spine-chilling scream? You'll find the answer to this and other startling questions when you read Betty Cooper. Betty Cooper. Will the mysterious gypsy lady's crystal ball reveal the true relationship of Betty and Veronica? Who holds the clue to the vanishing van? Sounds like Scooby. Will Archie's father tell all? Does he dare? What is Uncle Drago's strange pet? Is he a fly-by-night? These and other breathtaking questions answered in the continuing story of torment and tragedy. Betty Cooper. Betty Cooper. Mother! It's, oh Mom, it's true. I've got them. Yes, my dear. I've dreaded this day for so long. They run in the family. Blotches! It's the end of everything that you realize. Mother, they do go away, you know, eventually. Mine stopped coming back when I hit 35. Gad, I might as well have terminal blotch. The whole family is blotchy, even Uncle Drago. It's in our blood. Shh, don't use that word when Uncle Drago is around. It makes him overexcited. It's hard to imagine Uncle Drago with blotches. He's always so pale. He doesn't get much sun, you know. He picked up some strange ways living in the mountains of Transylvania all those years. I wonder how long he's going to stay with us. At that moment, a sad, depressing drumming sounded at the door. Rap, rap, rap. There's a sad, depressing drumming at the door. It must be Archie. Hello, Archie. Hello, everybody. Something is troubling you, Archie? Is it so obvious? One knows one's friends. It's my mom and pop. They're keeping something from me, some deep, dark secret. Well, Fred. Well, what, Mary? Are you going to tell him? Please, Mary. You owe it to the boy to tell him. To tell him. You're afraid to say it. To tell him he's not adopted, that you're his real father. But I am. I know. But he needs reassurance. Young people get crazy ideas sometimes. I suppose. Speaking of crazy ideas, how about the Jones boy? Jughead? His dad still in the hospital? Yes, poor man. How is he? You know how those things are, Fred. First you're up, then you're down. True. You're ashamed of your own father, ashamed because I had to take this job as elevator operator at the hospital. No, Pop, honest, it's not that at all. See, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. You couldn't get wheeled in, broken and sick like a normal patient? Oh no, not you. I didn't think. No, you stride in mouthful of sass and disrespect to see how low I've sunk. This is about as low as you can sink, Pop. This is the basement. Mom sent me over, Pop. You forgot your lunchbox. Oh. He ate my Twinkie. What are Betty's blotches? Will Archie be able to live with the knowledge that he is not foundling? What happened to the gypsy lady? And where has Veronica been throughout the deeply moving manuscript? Hey, Josie likes Hostess cupcakes. I like Hostess cupcakes too. Lil Jinx, big problem. Daddy, my kite is caught in the tree. I'll try to get it back for you, Lil Jinx. Oof, it's hard to climb this tree. It's too big around. That goes for both of you. Ha ha ha. Both of you around. Okay, this is Betty Cooper Part 2. As we leave the rise and fall of the Jones patriarch, heartbroken is the knowledge that his only son is a Twinkie thief. A scream of pure agony sounds as in the Cooper house. Ah! But be careful, Daddy. That unearthly scream, it gives me the chills. It was inhuman. What? What was it? What happened? Uncle Drago? A heart attack? His appendix burst? The lid of his bed slammed on his finger. Worse, I'm afraid. The poor soul is in agony. He's got an impacted fang. Oh dear. Groan, murder is absolute murder. Ooh, the pain, the throbbing. Drago, you'll have to see a dentist. Horrors. Is there no other way? To be sure you don't get food caught in it, perhaps you should go on a liquid diet. Archie, suppose you let me handle this. Sure, Mr. Cooper. Tomato juice, Drago? You don't want anything too sweet on that tooth. Substitutes. Always substitutes. Get it? Not blood. Good news, Drago. He has evening hours, 8 o'clock tonight. A dentist? I'm terrified of dentists. You don't suppose he'll pull it? Oh, I don't imagine so. Probably just a filling. Let's go over to Veronica's. Maybe a little sharpening. That would be nice. Betty, how long is that weird uncle of yours and his crazy pet gonna stay? Uncle Drago? Has no pet, Mrs. Blotwurst. Don't tell me. I've seen that ugly bat come flying home at dawn more than once. Why can't he keep a cat or a dog like normal people? Nosy neighbors are a bother. You're so understanding, Archie. Hello, Archie. Hello, Betty. Hi, Ronnie. Betty, you gasped. Your face, you've got blotches. Oh, no, do they show? Me too. Look, my mother says it's a family trait. It's in the blood. Eee! Betty, could it be that we are sisters? Blood will tell. That's what they say. Sis, I'm not alone anymore. We'll share everything. Except Archie, of course. Sisters, just because you both have the same skin problem? Nonsense. Don't worry, sis. We'll investigate. We'll research. What do parents know about children? You're right. Of course, sister dear. Dear, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll be seeing you. There she is. That's your target. Right, Lodge. Only has one kid, a daughter. The guy must be her boyfriend. Lodge. What nefarious scheme is being hatched in this villainous van? Is something about to happen to Veronica's sister? Does Veronica have a sister? Does Uncle Drago have a bat? Where is that gypsy lady? Okay, Betty Cooper, Part 3. We don't want to complicate this. We'll have to wait until she's alone. We can't wait forever. If he doesn't split soon, we'll have to eliminate him. I think I'll head home, Betty. I've got to uncover the secret my folks are keeping from me. Good luck, Archie. I hope it's nothing, like incurable. The guy is gone. Now's our chance. Pull alongside, slowly. Miss, may I speak to you for a moment? What's the trouble? Are you lost? You shouldn't accept rides with strangers. Oh, I know that. I never do. Good. That's real smart. By the way, my name is Mac, and he's Beamish. Pleased to meet you. We seem to be heading in the same direction. Can we give you a lift? Why not? It was nice of you to be so concerned for my safety. If folks don't help each other, who else is there? Excuse me. Beamish, you're deep. Thanks for the lift, boys. You can drop me at the next corner. I'm afraid not. You are? Now don't be frightened, hostage. Gasp. I don't even have a hostess gown. Not hostess, hostage. We're holding you until your dad meets our terms. My dad? He refuses to recognize the workers' demand for a skateboard ramp in the west parking lot. Why, that sounds like a reasonable demand. Your father is not a reasonable man, Miss Lodge. We need clout, and you're it. They think I'm Veronica? Shall I reveal the truth to them, or shall I be sweet and self-sacrificing? I'll do it. I'll lay my life on the line for Veronica. We may be sisters. Blotchy sisters perhaps, but sisters nonetheless. Nevertheless, we're here. Up the steps, and no screams or anything. We don't want to get rough. Lock the door, Beamish, and we'll get to it. Get to what? The phone call to your dad to tell him we've got you. And that he'll see you again when he acknowledges our need for a skateboard ramp. Meanwhile, the tyrannical tycoon is chuckling grimly over his daughter's latest bit of teenage nonsense. Latest bit of teenage nonsense brings a grim chuckle to my wealthy lips. Sisters indeed. Hold a dash. Telephone, sir. Thank you, Smithers. Hello, Daddy. Gad. Daddy, what's wrong? You've gone all pale and wan. Oh, he's wan all right, and ashen as well. What a tangled web we weave. That old gypsy lady could straighten this out if we could ever find her. Oh, I want to be Superman for $6.98. Dear Betty, look at this. Pick a winner, not his nose. Betty Cooper, Part 4. What happened? You didn't tell him. He hung up. Why would your daddy hang up on you? Call him back again. It was Betty. She called me Daddy. She's calling again. You could have listened to her. And they demand a skateboard ramp, Daddy. Or else. Tell him or else. She's being held hostage by some of my workers. Well, why would they hold Betty? They think they've got you. Oh, my very own sister in danger in my place? They demand a skateboard ramp in the west parking lot. They're going to call back for my answer. You're going to agree to the demands, of course. Never. I don't have to. Once she tells them who she is, they'll let her go. We'll let him stew a while before we call him back. The longer he sweats, the weaker he'll get. You two ought to be ashamed of yourselves. We're not going to hurt you. I'm talking about this place. You call it a hideout? It's a pig pen. It needs a woman's touch. Sniff. She reminds me of my mom. Yeah, your poor mom. Do you think there's a chance? No, not a chance in the world. Rotten break, it's always the good ones that go. Your mother was a mean, she ran out on us. Never could stand Pop and me. Signed up at one of them truck driver schools. She's wheeling down 66 and yakking on the old CB right now. Is that all the food you've got in the house? It's not a house, it's a hideout. You boys are hopeless. I'm going to make out a shopping list. Beamish, you go. No kidding. These desperados are holding Betty hostage? That's their tough luck. Quiet, Juggy. Who knows what her fate may be? Man, that smells good. Come on, it's time for our next call. Here. You stir that gravy and don't dare let it burn. Yes, ma'am. What? You're who? She's what? Something's wrong. You're not the Lodge kid. I just talked to her. Oh, that Ronnie and her big mouth. We blew it, Beamish. Yeah, you're free to go, kid. We can't use you. No way, you can't do without me. You need someone to look after you. Now sit down and eat this while it's hot, and then we'll make some plans for redecorating this place. Maybe next month we'll find the exclusive gypsy lady and her crystal ball. Watch for the mysterious stranger who tries to treat Uncle Drago to the steak dinner. Does the man with the limp spell trouble for Jughead? How about the message in the Jell-O mold? And tune in and turn on to the continuing story of Betty Cooper. Betty Cooper. And that was Betty and Me. Betty Cooper, number 79 from 1976. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that little reading of Betty Cooper. Don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Also, hit that like button, subscribe button down below, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to hear next. If it's in my library, I'll try to get it on for you. And as Papa and Betty always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.